Alright, so we didn't do anything yesterday and the camera got busted, my GH5 got busted, so I had to pull my old Sony out of mothballs here. We're using that for the duration of the rest of this trip. The GH5, I have to say that little power switch section on those GH5s is very, very flimsy. This will be the second time it's had to go in. Hopefully this time they don't total it. But in any case, it's out for the duration of this trip because it'll take 3 weeks for it to get repaired. I do have Geek Squad, so it's not going to cost me anything. When I get home, the GH5 should be there waiting for me. We're going to go to the natural bridges. So we've been here in Santa Cruz for a few days. Not my favorite place. It's very, very overcrowded. It's ridiculous. It's just kind of insane. We'll be heading out towards Monterey and then all the way down to LA over the next few days. And Friday we will be in Sedona, Arizona. So looking forward to that. We'll be there for a week.
Jack in the Box.
We're going to head to, sounds like Jack in the Box. So it's a fine beach if you want to swim, but if you want to just come to see the sights and enjoy them like we have done through the other beaches coming down from Oregon and everything, it's not the place to go. There's a lot of people. Natural Bridges State Beach. 2 of the bridges have collapsed. There's just the one left that I've got footage of right there. So now what are we doing? Looking for a better, we're going to look for a more secluded beach area. It also kind of blows my mind how everywhere we go in Santa Cruz, Verizon can barely give you data access on your phone. Verizon kind of sucks.
Mr. Prather comes out here with some surveyors and they start noticing some things that they think are kind of weird, right? I'll give you an example of what they were doing. They were walking up this hillside and they went, "Whoa! Oh my God, that's kind of weird." I'll show you what they thought was pretty weird, all right? It's with a compass, but we need to come a little closer, right? Because otherwise only like 2 of you can see. Even closer. That's too close, all right? But you guys, pretty simple, right? Compasses point north. This particular compass, it's got northeast, southwest on the outside. That doesn't rotate, right? What's in here is magnetic. That's what rotates, right? Now, this is a little disc, right, floating in liquid, meaning you want to have it pretty close to perfectly level. It's typically the way it is with cheap compasses. Not that this is a cheap compass. We sell it in the gift shop. Okay, this is really good. But I do want to show you some cool stuff in here. The reason I stopped this, though, is unfortunately there are some side effects. And yeah, if you guys start feeling dizzy, I apologize. It's not great, but it should stop in 2 to 3 weeks. So don't worry, it's not permanent.
Out of breath?
Out of breath, that should stop eventually. It often happens when people are close to me, it's fine. You guys can take as many photos as you like. I do ask, though, that you only post the ones where I look really good. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to work on my image. Alright? You guys want to post this? This is all for you.
Woo, work it!
Blue Steel. The Board of Mystery.
Whoa!
Somebody went for double points and did jazz hands and the sounds. Yeah! But if I take this and I place this right here, you guys, let's come up a little closer, right? You guys here in the back, right? A little closer. If I place this on down, do you see it goes a little bit over to one end? A little bit to this side over here, right? So it's fairly close to being level, but one side is a little bit high, right? Which is this side, right? So if a ball is placed here, right, either it's close enough to being level that it wouldn't roll, right, or it would roll which way? That way, right? What it definitely shouldn't do is that, right? You're rolling a little bit more. Love more. Does anyone not trust me here? You get in there, you get into trustworthy? Okay. Do you trust me? Good. Normally, though, if someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, do you trust me?" It's a solid no. Run back in there.
This is so weird.
Yeah. You guys, you feel it, right? You feel crazy. Like you've had some tequila too.
Yeah, just a little bit.
One of the cool things you can do is just climbing on the edge of the table, right? Which looks awesome. And you guys can take some great photos, right? Take it best though from the sides, something to keep in mind, right? You take it from the sides, it's gonna look a lot better. Also, when you're up here and you're leaning out, right? Please remember that if you lean really far, you still fall off the table. Yeah, it's not that mysterious. How we feeling? Good? Still feeling dizzy? Or did we get, yeah, still a little bit?
I can't get the whole thing in.
So don't, because if that illusion is causing that height change that we saw out here, then we should still see it, but you guys shouldn't, right? And so if you see something that's different than us, then we're seeing an illusion, right? So don't look at that roof. Look at each other. Look to your left and right. Do you see each other's heights? Are you tallest to shortest? Yeah, and you're also part of AT&T's next commercial. You guys are excited for that, yeah? Okay, but how does it feel? You're the tallest. You know, does that feel good or?
I'm used to it.
You're used to it, all right. I'm just wondering. I've never felt it myself. I've always imagined it would be nice. Shorter and shorter, right? But you two here in the middle, could you guys switch places? You two here, you guys could switch places. And you guys on the very end, you could switch places. Because it's the same order, right? The opposite sides. And the taller people, they should look even taller. They're the higher side now, right? What do you notice about their heights, though, guys?
Same.
Yeah, they're the same height.
Mysterious.
And you guys see it too, right? And so that's how we know that something kind of weird is happening. That no matter what we look at, we see the same effect, right? So you said you were, what was it?
6.
You were.
That was.
Yeah. You're still 6 feet tall, right? You're at the higher side. You should be towering above somebody who's 5'2", was it? At the lower side. How does that make you feel?
Amazing.
Amazing! Yeah! Feeling good, right? When just the two of them switch, look at the crazy change. Whoa! Yeah, he's back. Look at that, right? Stretching back out, his shoulders going back. He's feeling good, right? And I'm so sorry. I know. Do you want to be back on this side? Okay, it's only $8.
Okay.
So you can come back tomorrow or another day. Everyone blocked out. Do you see this beam in front of you here? All right, could I have you stare at that for just a moment here? Because there's something interesting. If you take your right hand, place it on your stomach, while you stare at this beam, if you bend over at the waist, right, bending forwards, you'll hear a round of applause. Thank God! Thank you guys! How weird is that?
So, other than the last thing where I was standing up on that board, there was two things that were kind of odd. Water was rolling uphill. They proved this by putting a level on it, but the level could have been rigged. So I don't put a lot of credence in that. They set a ball on that platform that we were standing on, and the ball rolled from left to right. So basically, the high end was on the left. When I stood on the left, and that taller guy stood next to me on the left, was he the same height as me, or pretty close?
He was 6 foot.
Well, I know, but when you visually, did he look the same height? The thing is,
Yes, you all looked the same height.
And we got, the fact is from our perspective, there was nothing there to create the optical illusion. We didn't have a roof line deceiving us or anything like that. And he looked pretty close. Everybody looked pretty close to the same height. But pretty much it's just optical illusions. The whole thing is all about optical illusions. It was fun and it was cheap. If you're here and you want to just check it out, the guy that was doing our tour was actually pretty funny. They're all basically
Right.
You're basically going for stand-up comedy is what you're going for. We wanted to kind of get some cool shots inside the building because it has all these weird angles where you could take some really cool trick shots, but there was so many people there and we got shuffled on out because we ran out of time. I don't know, it was $21 for 2 people, $8 for parking, to each his own. Here we now are at the Santa Cruz Pier and we're gonna go check it out.
See that?
sea lions here.
Those ones.
Mm-hmm. Which one's the one that's rubbing his head on the butt of the other one? It's a baby? Oh.
Holy buckets. God, he's crawling over all of them, that one is. He crawled over every single one of them.
What do you think of the beer?
Alright.
Just alright.